All right, everybody. This is the JK Theory. I'm Jay,
I'm Kay.
and tonight we're going to talk about a movie review that we currently watch called Salem's Lot. Now, this isn't the one that came out in 1974. This came out this year, actually a couple days ago. So this is Salem's Lot 2024, if you will. So here in the JK Theory, we don't sugarcoat anything. We're going to give it to you raw and direct. We're going to give you our opinions, but our truthful, heartful opinions. And if you don't like it, leave a thumbs up. And if you like it, leave a thumbs up. All right. So here we go. Salem's Lot. Just to give you a brief synopsis, right, of what's going on. So when author Ben Mears comes back to his childhood home in search for some inspiration for his next book, he discovers that people in his hometown are mysteriously turning into blood-sucking vampires. It's pretty much what it is. Now, it's not a terrifyingly scary movie. However, I will say this is a good movie to watch. You're not going to get lost in the plot. You definitely get to find out what's going on. The movie does keep rolling, has a nice flow to it. I strongly believe that this is a great starter movie for kids that want to get into horror. Or, if you with your lady and she doesn't like the super scary stuff, but she likes to be scared a little, perfect movie for her. Kate, what do you think about this flick?
I thought it was decent. Um, like you said, it wasn't really like scary like that. It might have had a couple scenes in there where kind of maybe one scene made me jump where the kid just came out of nowhere. Uh,
Okay.
that kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I mean, I liked it. I thought it was funny at times. Uh,
Yes, the doctor, the black lady doctor, she's
so-
hilarious. She is hilarious. You know what's funny? Something happened in the movie, and I said, "Oh hell no!" And she said it right after I did. Oh hell no! Like it was funny, man. It was good. It's not a comedy horror, but
no,
it's got she had real lines. Like she had lines that you would really say. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool. I love vampire flicks. I love vampire series. This one did something that I enjoyed. Was it started mentioning, what vampires don't like. What are they? What are their deterrents, right? And
yes.
one of them that's very old school in movies was white roses. Vampires don't like white roses.
Hmm.
And man, I haven't heard that in such a long time. And I was like, oh, that's a nice touch to it. Also, one of the kids in the movie um, is a black kid, and he's technically the star of the movie, or at least it ends that way.
Yes.
And I thought that was cool. It's different. The little kid was into magic. Kind of have a soft spot for that because I do magic, so that was pretty cool. Um, and this did check off a lot of boxes as far as keeping you intrigued. Um, I say it's good for kids because it does deal with like bullying.
Yep.
It does deal with like character development. There's a
Hmm.
line that one of the teachers tell the kids, um, when you make a man say uncle, you need to stop.
Yep.
We live by our word. You don't keep torturing him, which I thought was cool. It's a good character build. Another one was Stranger Danger, where you don't take rides from people you don't know. You don't talk to people you really don't know, and you got to watch your back. You
Yes.
know, so it deals with that as well, and also when it's life and death, and it's you or me, you need to go for you. You need to step up. You need to do what's right, and it shows that in the movie. I kind of enjoyed that. Um, One of the funny parts that I love because the movie's not funny, but it has its parts. So there's a vampire with a bed sheet over their head, and the vampire. This one is on top of the doctor, who's the black lady, and the lady grabs a knife and she starts stabbing the vampire, and she goes, "There's no blood," and I'm like, "Oh shit, it's a vampire." was pretty hilarious. I loved it. Something that I thought was interesting too was the lady got bit and she treated it like a rabies shot. She treated it as if it was a rabid dog.
Yep.
So she's like, nope, hit the vein, hit me with the thing, and then put the cross on me, crucifix. What did you think about the crucifix in that movie?
I thought it was pretty cool. The fact that it lights up and
Yeah.
everything. That was a nice little twist to it. I thought that the characters really did well. You know what they were trying to portray. Um, like the priest. Every time I seen him, he had a bottle he was drinking. Like I don't.
Hmm.
And in reality, a lot of priests are, I don't know, people notice they're regular people. Like they're normal. They flaws just like anybody else does. So
Absolutely.
I thought that was a good description of, somebody in higher power or looked up as in higher power and showing their flaws and everything like that. Also, when the vampire, um, I believe he told him something like, uh, his faith is not working, or his faith is I can't remember what he said to him. His faith let him down.
Yep.
His faith let him down, and that's when he, did what he did to him. But I thought that was really cool because usually the priest is like that person that stops the vampire and, you
Right.
know, they can't touch him and everything like that. Yeah, not so much in this one. That was a good little thing.
Yeah, which also goes back to the whole, if you don't believe
Hmm.
in your faith, right? It's not going to work. It's not
It's
going to
not.
protect you.
Yep.
So the priest, being a man of God, had the crucifix, and it did glow at first. And as soon as the vampire said, how funny if your faith isn't as that strong, and then
Hmm.
the glow fades to nothing, and
That
bam,
was
he gets
yeah,
got. Like it was crazy. So the vampire,
yeah.
um, there's lots of them in this
It
flick,
was
right?
cool. Yes.
Um, I didn't think there was anything special about them. The main vampire, I thought he looked pretty cool, but I thought it was too much Nosferatu. Like, um, I think he could have played a little bit better. At least the look could have
Yeah.
been better. One thing I didn't like was his first. This is gonna sound very Diddy-ish. His first man servant, like the human servant.
Yeah.
Like every time I looked at him, I just thought he's either super cheesy or he looks like Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover. Like he's he's got the whole look with the hair, and I'm just like, no, no. I thought he was very cheesy in that movie. That was the only actor that kind of threw me off. I did like to see that there was a kid that looked familiar. So this is actually the little kid that plays Homelander's son in the show The Boys. He was in it.
Yeah.
He looks
Hmm.
cool. Um, One of my favorite parts or scenes in the movie, which I think more movies should do this. I thought it was creepy as hell when they showed the vampires just standing on the houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of a love story in there as well. So the author falls in love with this young lady,
Hmm.
and the young lady gets turned, and he tries to save her. And so he gets his heart broken and all that. But it was pretty cool. Everything builds. Um, it does touch on racism. It does touch on um, I don't know how to even know how to say this kind of ism, but like the outsider coming in.
Yeah.
Like he was the city boy coming into good old boy territory, and they didn't like him because he was from the city, kind of thing.
Right.
So it does touch on that. I don't,
Prejudging.
yeah, prejudging people, not knowing exactly just because they're different, you're just going to judge them.
Hmm.
Um, I liked the movie, I really did. I think it is more for the kids than anything else. I wasn't scared. I did have some, oh, that's interesting moments just because I haven't seen the glowing cross. That was dope.
Yeah, that was
Um,
good.
there was a part where is the when they first run into a vampire, they know the rules. We need a crucifix. We need a crucifix. So they get two like tongue depressors. And they're like, it's not working. It's not working. They're like, you gotta bind it. And they're binding it with tape and all this. And it glows. And then all of a sudden the tape breaks. Like I
You're
thought it
right.
was pretty cool. So it was interesting. Will I watch it again? No, unless I'm watching it with like my son who's 8 years old. I'll watch it with him to get him interested in it. He loves the spooky, scary stuff, but
Yeah.
there's a thin line there. There's some stuff you can't let him watch. So I give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. It is a remake from 1974's. 1974 is a lot more scarier than this one, but I do prefer this one more. It does have a few jump scares, which are pretty cool. The glowing eyes of the vampires, I love that. That was pretty scary. I
That
like
was
that
nice.
part. But I kind of wanted more, just for the adult in me wanted some more scaredness.
Yeah, I don't really get into vampire movies like that. Like vampires don't really do much for me. Um, I thought this one had a good storyline. I personally like the fact that pretty much everybody died. Uh, the mother was funny to me too. Like I thought the mother was funny. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad. Let me rephrase that. Okay, I am. I'm glad that the love interest died. Like I was
Oh man.
sick of them down. Everybody they fall in love and live happily ever after. No, no, the bitch died. She died, and
Wait, and who was the hero? Who's the hero of the movie?
the black kid finally.
Exactly. This kid, he unalived so many vampires. It ain't
Yes,
even funny. And also humans. He unalived
yeah,
a few humans. So it was pretty interesting. Like he know how to wield that crowbar pretty well. So it was pretty dope. But everything made sense. Everything flowed. Even the end when the little kid and the author are standing there, and the author tells the little kid, "Are you okay?" The little kid goes, "No."
no, no.
What you going to do now? Like it's crazy. I think it is one that you guys need to watch. If you like horror, if you like scary stuff, watch it. Why not? It's October. It's Halloween time.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to be that disappointed in it, but it is a good flick to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely recommend it to people. Like it's not a
Absolutely.
scary movie. It's just it's interesting and it's
Yes.
good. It's good.
Yes. And if you don't watch vampire stuff or don't know anything about it, you're gonna get a little bit of a lesson. Like it tells you what vampires don't like, what you can do, what you can't do. When we were talking off air, you were telling me about how you liked that you can recant their invitation and
Yeah,
how the vampire just flew out of the house. Like,
yeah. I like the one thing I never understood about vampires like they're polite. They can't come in unless you invite them.
there's got to be some rules. There's got to be
Yeah.
some rules.
And they stuck by that because like when the kid was in when he ran up to the playhouse or when his
Mhm.
parents got killed and he ran up to the tree house, I'm sorry, the tree house, and he shut all the things down and they were just circling around the tree house, but they couldn't come in because he didn't invite them in. So he was pretty much
Exactly.
safe in there. It was like that's one of the rules for a vampire. They can't come in unless you invite them in.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
There was also the no reflection in the mirror.
Yep. Uh-huh.
The roses, the recant the invitation into the home. There's the wooden stake through the heart.
The sunlight.
The sunlight. Of course, the crucifix was a big one, which
Yep.
I think everybody's gonna love it when they first see it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is cool. Like I was just lit up. So it was pretty dope. Um, and how a lot of horror movies, I want to say this happened in The Lost Boys. They got their information on vampire killing through comic books.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
this one was the same thing. It was through
Same
comic
thing.
books.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. So I enjoyed it. And what I loved about it as well is you didn't get that much of a pushback when the guy is trying to explain to another adult, these are vampires. These are real. This is what we need to do. You got a little bit of pushback from the doctor, but it wasn't that much pushback that you're like, oh come on, really? You're not gonna believe him? Like he just told you all this stuff.
Right.
So it was dope. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see if they're gonna do a part two. I'll watch it, but
I
it was
would.
pretty
Yeah.
good fun. So if you guys haven't watched it, please do. I think it's on HBO Max.
It is.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an easy watch. Definitely, you won't be disappointed. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit like, do all that fun stuff. Share it. Give us some love and support. It definitely helps build the channel up. And reach out to us on email as well at thejktheory@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm Jay,
I'm K.
and this is the JK Theory. Until next time, peace.
Peace.